is begin your letter in a striking manner in order to arouse the reader's curiosity and tempt him to read further. The second thing, give description of the product. Give full description. Give all the features. Make an appeal to the reader by telling him how the product benefits him. Give the benefits of the product. Highlight the plus points: economy, durability, low cost, pride in possession, satisfactory performance. These points should be highlighted. Convince the reader by giving evidence. You can give the evidence of profit, past profit. You can produce the testimonials. You can also give the references. You can also put before them certain statistics regarding your product, because your product is not new. It is already in the market, and the buyers, the customers are using it. So you can also make a survey and make a statistical statement and put them in the letter. So it will be much more near to the factual things. Induce the reader to act at once by offering different types of inducements. Close the letter by telling how to act upon to buy the product. So these are the theoretical part, and these points should be kept in mind while drafting a letter. These three are the main points: the introductory part, the body of the letter, and concluding part. These three paragraphs, these three parts are very important. And now we shall discuss about what should be written in the introductory paragraph, what should be in the body of the sales letter, what should be written in the concluding paragraph. We have discussed all the points, but which points should be in the introductory paragraph, which points should be included in the body of the letter, and which points should be in the concluding paragraph, and how will you make a complete letter, by how will you draft it. So first of all,
so theory is important, but practical tips on how to draft the letters is equally important. So,
and only theory, if you try to persuade the students, if you try to discuss the theoretical part only, then the students cannot write a letter. If you want to swim, then if you read the articles regarding swimming, you cannot learn swimming.
One has to dive into the pool.
One has to dive into the pool, right, sir? So this is the introductory paragraph, and opening sentence in the introductory paragraph is the most read sentence. So it must be written very carefully. It must catch reader's attention, and it should appeal to the interest and feelings or social sense of the reader. The second thing you should keep in mind is making a striking statement. To suit your budget, I have put one sentence: to suit your budget, we have specially devised a new saving scheme. Give us your precious 5 minutes in going through the enclosed literature. So here this is a striking statement, and this statement can appeal to the reader, stating a significant fact. This is the fact: don't worry about your daughter's marriage, just give us rupees 25,000 today, and 20 years later we shall return 5 lakhs with thanks. So this is a fact. Then that you just invest 25,000 now, and we shall pay you 5 lakhs rupees after 20 years. So 20 times 25,000 and 5 lakhs. So we will receive 20 times money after 20 years. So this is a significant fact, and this fact can attract the reader. You can also make a special offer. Say for example, someone is reaching, own a LGT AC with rupees 3,000 less, this offer is open only till 31st of March 2012. So this is a special offer, and in this offer you are getting two things. First is, if you buy the things before 31st of March, you will be benefited 3000 rupees. The first thing. And the second thing is, the deadline is given, so the seller will get benefit out of the deadline. So you will have to buy the things before 31st of March. After 31st of March, you will not be benefited by 3000 rupees. So if you want to get the benefit of 3000 rupees, you will have to buy the product before 31st of March. The fourth thing is that make special appeal to the pride of possession. Say, for example, let Regal Furniture adorn your home and become the talk of your neighbor. So it is also one of the tactics to make the neighbors envy. You can pose a question: do you want to clean your home without pain, or are you nervous when asked to make a speech? So this is the first paragraph, introductory paragraph of the sales letter. The second one is the body of the letter, and in this paragraph you should have to explain the qualities and special features of the product. You will have to convince the reader that your claims are true and authentic. Say, for example, you can quote such type of sentences. Say, Mrs. Vora from Mumbai: after using Kleenex for just 15 days, my bad breath has gone, gums have stopped, bleeding and teeth have become firmer. So this is, what is this? This is a testimonial by user that Mrs. Vora has used our product, and this is the result of the use. She will she is very much satisfied with our product. And the last one is concluding paragraph, motivating the reader to buy the things quickly. You will have to write down that as we have limited stock, this offer is open up to 15th of March. There are other tactics also to catch the reader's attention towards buying the things. Say, for example, I have given one thing here: as we have limited stock, this offer is open up to 15th of March only. To save 25%, mail today the enclosed postage paid envelope, and we shall do the rest. So here the envelope is attached, it is postage paid. So the buyer will not have to go to the market, to go to the shop, and he or she has to purchase the envelope, have to stick the ticket. No, you enclose the postage paid envelope with your letter only. So these things can be included in the concluding paragraph. Certain conclusions should be avoided. Say, you will regret your decisions if you do not order now. Don't write these type of sentences in the concluding paragraph. Why delay, and such type of sentences. Now this is a practical writing. All these is the theoretical part.
Yeah.
And by using those theoretical parts, by using those points, I have written one letter, and in this letter I have used those points, so that you can understand how to make a letter, how to make a sales letter.
Sales letter very effective.
Very effectively. Say, this is a letter promoting sale of vanishing cream, and this is the heading. As you know, the inward structure of a business letter. So this is the heading and date. This is the inside address. Both are heading is named as S Beauty product, and the inside address as Karina Beauty Shop. Start the letter. I have started the letter with the quotation of a famous English poet: a thing of beauty is joy forever. This is a very famous quotation of John Keats. So I have exploit that quotation. I have put that quotation in the opening paragraph and then exploited that quotation and write down that but beauty needs constant care. A thing of beauty is joy forever. It will increase but it will never pass into nothingness, right? But beauty needs constant care. Skin needs nourishment. Our latest beauty product Fairy does exactly that forever. It is a high quality skin cream that keeps your skin fair, lovely and soft, velvety soft. So this is the opening paragraph in which I have used quotation and then exploited the quotation by writing about the beauty, by writing about the skin. Then come to the second paragraph. What is the product? What is the quality of the product? Then read it. Fairy is a vanishing cream which contains specially formulated skin oils that nourish your skin. It repairs the damaged skin tissues and vitalizes your skin and renews its faded texture and luster. Fairy creates for you an enchanted aroma and a sense of perfect comfort and freshness. We have tested the cream in a laboratory and found 100% safe for the type of skin. It is our guarantee. And as we have limited stock, we are offering you 20% discount. This offer is open up to the 31st of March and yours will in signature. So this is a practical letter. You can use those points and write a sales letter. So this is the second letter, but time doesn't permit to discuss about the second letter. Now we shall discuss about the memorandum. This is the second part. As you know, memorandum is a very short piece of writing generally used by the officers of an organization for communicating among the themselves. That is why it is also called inter-office memorandum as well. It is written among the officers of an organization, and memo. The purposes of the memo are to record information, to convey information and decisions, to make short request. And now certain points are there which you should have to keep in mind while writing a memo. Its language should be simple. First and the most important thing, that the memo should be written in a very simple and lucid language. The second thing is, it should be objective and should be based on fact. The third, it ensures quick and smooth flow of information in all directions. It will come to your aid when you wish to avoid coming into personal contact with certain colleagues. This can be avoided by writing just a memo. You can turn to it in future if there is a need to find out who went wrong and at what stage. This is a record. That's why you can do it. The following information should be given in a memo. You should have to write down the name and designation of the receiver. That is after 2. Name and designation of the sender. That is the from. Then reference number, date, subject and signature. Now there are certain occasions of writing a memorandum. Memorandum is a singular and memoranda is a plural form of memorandum, and one can also write a short form as memo, which stands for memorandum. These are the different occasions. Issuing instructions to the staff. If you want to confirm an activity or conversation, you can also write memos. Seeking explanation on some matter of conduct, say for example if you so cause notice, then also memorandum can be written. Requesting of an activity, action, restating or modifying an existing procedure of a policy, seeking suggestions, taking or giving permission to do something. All these are the occasions on which one can write memorandum. This is the specimen. Heading, date can be written on that place, and you can also write that before the subject line. This is an example of a memoranda. A memo to an employee informing of a cut in his salary. This is issuing instruction to the staff. Then this is the heading. Ayushya Bank Limited, MG Road, Ahmedabad. This is a heading, and it is also an inter-office memorandum. So one can write it before the heading. This is to, from, reference and date. This is to, that the memorandum is written to Mr. N.R. Deshmukh, and his designation is clerk. This is written from R.K. Deshpande, and he is the manager of the Ayushya Bank. And this is reference number and date. Subject is cut in salary. You remained away from your duties on 11th and 12th March without granting the leave. Please note that you will not be given the salary for these 2 days. This is without prejudice to our right to take disciplinary action against you, R.K. Deshpande. And if you want to send the copy to the department, then write down CC and write down the name of the department. This say here R.K. Deshpande want to send the copy of the memo to finance department. So he has written that CC, carbon copy notation, to finance department. So this is a memo, and this is the second specimen of a memo. But first,
I think time doesn't
permit us, and still you have to discuss about the
letters.
collection letters. Yes, sir. So
thank you very much, Dr. Sheikh.
Sir, please, Sanjay Bhuj, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sheikh, for explaining.
Okay.
Dear viewers, Dr. Sheikh rightly explained how to increase the sale of product. Now, I would discuss one more method of increasing the sale of the product, that is credit facility. Because in the market today, if we offer or sell goods or services against cash only, then in this age of competition, our customers would go elsewhere. Therefore, we must allow them credit facility. But